As I was scrolling through Pinterest the other day, I stumbled upon these 3 clay projects. So today we're DIYing all of them, and spoiler alert, they turned out amazing. I'm on, by the way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button so we can start right away. Now for all of the projects, you are going to need air dry clay. The inspo for the first project were these organic shaped coasters. I just love these, so I had to DIY them. So first we are starting off by cutting out 3 identical stripes. And now it's time to roll them. I honestly didn't follow any guidelines on how thick or how long should my strips be. I just started rolling and I went with it. Once I was satisfied with the length, I proceeded with connecting the ends together. I scraped the 2 ends to make a better bond. It really takes a little bit of patience, so keep gently working and adjusting the clay, and it will come together. The trickiest part of making these coasters, and when working with clay in general, is smoothing it out. However, I found that spraying warm water and smoothing it out with a brush works best. So that's what we are doing. And now it's time to make our shapes. I just eyeballed them. However, you can definitely use a template if you want to make an exact shape. The first shape turned out amazing, but we have to smooth it out one last time. And once again, I'm going in with a wet brush and then with my fingers. I just love how this turned out for now and can't wait to give them a coat of paint once they're fully dried. Now it's the next day and my coasters are all dried out. And now it's time to give them a light sand before applying the paint. For this I used 240 grit sandpaper. And now it's painting time. I'm going in with this beige acrylic paint and I'm applying 2 coats total. And now let's see how my coasters turned out. second project, I wanted to recreate these cute toothbrush holders. Now the plan was to do a structure out of these straws and then add the clay on top. So first I'm cutting the straws to size. Once my straws are cut to size, I'm going in with hot glue to connect the straws. This will all make sense in a moment, I promise. And this is me deciding I wanted the toothbrush holder to be a bit shorter, but no worries, it's an easy fix. Once our structure is ready, it's time to add the clay. So first I rolled out my piece of clay as thin as possible. Once I rolled it out, I started cutting thin stripes and applying them to the structure. The plan was to cover all of this structure with clay, and that's what we're doing. Connecting the pieces of clay and smoothing them out was a real pain in the bum. However, I did my best to get the smoothest look. I just went on adding more clay whenever I felt it needed more boost and kept smoothing it out with my fingers. The thing about clay is that if you are determined and give it some time, you will get a smooth project. So take your time, go in with your fingers, go in with a brush, and most important of all, trust the process. This technique works so well in smoothing everything out. Once I was satisfied with how this looked, I left it to dry overnight. Now it's the next day and my toothbrush holder looks so amazing. And now it's time to paint it, but first we're giving it a light sand. Now acrylic paint is water resistant, but since this one is going to sit in the bedroom and is going to be exposed to water almost every day, I decided to seal it off camera. I went in with my matte acrylic sealer. And now, are you ready to see how my toothbrush holder turned out? for the last project, I wanted to do something nice for my coffee table that looks like this, so let's get to work. For this project, I got a 1 kilogram package of clay. I cut it in half since I thought it would be enough, but spoiler alert, later on I'll stir in the second half. Now let's get rolling. At this point, I realized it would be too thin, so I decided to roll in the second part and join it in with my already rolled out piece to make it thicker. So that's what I'm doing here. Once I was satisfied with the thickness, it's time to make the shape. I just eyeballed an organic shape and cut it down using a knife. Once I was satisfied with how everything was looking, I proceeded with smoothing out the clay. And again, I'm going in with a brush first, and then I'm proceeding with my fingers to smooth it out one last time before leaving it to dry overnight. This tray actually took 2 full days to fully dry out, but once it did, it looked amazing. And now it's finally time to paint it. I painted the first coat in this light brown color. However, for the second coat, I decided to add 2 tablespoons of baking soda to give my tray some texture. This worked amazing. And now, are you ready to see how my tray turned out? Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like my air dry clay DIYs. If you did, make sure to let me know which one was your favorite by leaving me a comment down below. Also, make sure to check this video out where I do some more cool air dry clay DIYs. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you designers next week. Bye!